Hey, thanks for coming back. And today I'd like to talk to you about another Bluetooth speaker. And it's this one right here. This is the Soundcore Boom 2 wireless speaker. And I already got it turned on for a reason. You get a lot of controls up here. Like this is your Bluetooth connection, your power on and off, play, pause, volume. This is to party cast button, so you can connect more than one of these together. And right there is your bass up and bass down. What that does is it gives it a boost in the bass. On the top just says Soundcore. You get some lights, which I'm about to show you very soon. And on the back, you got a USB type A. Yes, you can use this kind of as a power bank to charge something up. And this is where you're going to charge it, the USB type C port. And inside the box you get a cable, USB type C to USB type C. It's not very long, but they give you one. And they give you an instruction manual, and that's pretty much it. Now, you can get up to 80 watts of power on this speaker. The way you get to 80 watts is if you're using the bass up. If you turn the bass up off, you only get 60 watts of power. And yes, you can get up to 24 hours of playtime. That 24 hours does depend upon how loud you have this Bluetooth turned up, or the speaker turned up, because the louder the volume, the more power that this is going to use. It is the Bass Up 2.0. It is IPX7 waterproof. The Bluetooth is 5.3. It uses the SBC codec, or codicy. You got 100 meters or 328 feet range with this. Now, like I said, that's the PartyCast button, which is built in. It's PartyCast 2.0. You can connect up to 100 speakers as long as they are PartyCast compatible. Remember that. You have a 5.5 hour charge time with a 15 watt charger or more. Yeah, if you're just going to use something like your USB port or something like that on your device, you know, like a computer or laptop, it's going to take a lot longer. So get at least a 15 watt charger, okay? I already told you that it's 60 watt output without bass up. But if you turn the bass up on, you get an extra 20 watts for 80 watts. The battery in here is only 4,900 milliamps or 4,900 milliamp hour battery in here. You have a 20 millimeter, you have two 20 millimeter tweeters, which if I kind of tilt it correctly, you got one here, you got one here, and then right here in the center is a 90 by 120 millimeter woofer. And the frequency response is 45 hertz to 20 kilohertz. And by the way, if you're using a 50 watt or 15 watt charger, make sure it's around 5 volts or 3 amps, or anything higher than that, like a 65 watt or a 30 watt charger. Because according to Anchor, they tested it, obviously, with a 5 watt, 3 amp charger. And on the bottom, they give you some regulatory information, and you get a couple different rubber feet right there. Well, that's it for about the specs. So let me give you the test video. It's a little long, but let me give you the test video, and let me come right back and tell you my final thoughts. Okay, I have the Boom 2 speaker way in the back, and of course it's on my phone right here. As you can see, I'm using the app, and it's about half volume right now. And so sorry about the shakiness, people. I'm gonna unpause the music, so you can hear it. All music is from the YouTube music library. Now the bass up is turned up all the way. Now what I'm gonna do is, from this distance, I'm gonna stay quiet, and then I'm gonna turn the volume up all the way. Once again, volume is up halfway. Now it's up all the way. Now I'm going to turn it back down to half, about 50% volume, and I'm going to walk towards the speaker. There's the speaker right there with one of the preset light settings. Now, instead of using the app to turn the bass up, on and off, I'm going to do it right now. That's with bass up off. You can hear the difference. Listen carefully. I'll turn it back on in a second. And now I'm going to turn it up all the way. Bass up on. Bass up off. I'm turning bass up back on. And you can really, I'm not sure if you're going to see this vibrating because the lights are on so much. But these bass ports on both sides, boy, do you see them pumping with the bass up on. Okay, now, you heard me up close with the bass up on and off. So right now what I'm going to do, I turned it up all the way. And right now the bass up is turned up, or is turned on. The volume is turned up all the way. Now I'm going to turn the bass up off. Would be nice if I got this correct. Now back at the front of the store, you heard the bass up, me turning it on and off up close. Now I got it in the same spot, volume is turned up all the way. Now I'm going to turn the bass up off. And you can hear the difference, not just in the bass itself, but volume as well. Now, once again, bass up is off. Now the bass up is turned on. And I hope that was a good test for you about the Soundcore Boom 2 Bluetooth speaker using the Soundcore app. Okay, before I give you my final thoughts, I thought I'd tell you about the LEDs here. Now, I'm going to be playing a song from the YouTube library just to show you how these things work. Okay, and let me just start it up now. And let me get into, now I did download the Soundcore app, which I highly recommend you do, because that's kind of like how you can adjust the lights. You can remotely turn the bass up on and off. You can even have a customized EQ for your setting with the Soundcore app. And as you can see, the highlighted area, this one's called Flash. Let me actually turn up the music a little bit more here. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Okay, this one's called Flash, and it kind of reacts to the music. The next one's going to be called Flame, where it looks kind of like a little bit of fire, and yes, it's on both sides. This one's called Energy. This one's called Wave. The next one's called Fireworks. Lightning. I kind of like that one. And you got Rainbow. And the other thing you could do too is you can actually dim the lighting. If it's too bright, you can see the little gray bar there, right here. You can actually dim it or put it all the way up to full brightness, which it is right now. And of course, you can shut it off. Okay, so those were the lighting effects here in the Soundcore app. Right there, you got to end up choosing your device, and then you get all these right here on the bottom. And like I said, once you turn the light on, like that, you got this gray bar, and you can turn it up or down however much you want. Okay, let me get out of that now. And let me actually turn it off. So what do I think of the Anchor Boom 2 Bluetooth wireless speaker? Now, it is Bluetooth only. You cannot connect anything wired to it. So just keep that in mind, that it's a Bluetooth speaker. No auxiliary. Even though it says it has a frequency response of 45 hertz to 20 kilohertz, that doesn't sound like it goes down very low. And I know the test video, you're not really going to get true to life experience out of it because you're listening to it through the microphone on the camera that I was using. Plus, YouTube compresses the heck out of their videos, okay? But it does thump really, really good. The low end in this speaker is quite surprising, especially with the bass up turned on. I am really impressed with the bass, the low end in here. It's not muddy, it's nice and clean, and it gives you one heck of a thump through this speaker. The mid-range punches through the mix really nice and clear. There's no muddiness at all. You can definitely hear the mid-range. The high end is tuned perfectly in here. It's a tiny bit subdued. So like if the highest number for that was 10, they probably did it at like 9.5. It's totally crystal clear high end there. It's crisp. It's clean. It doesn't give you any ear piercing at all. It doesn't sound tinny whatsoever. This is a well-balanced, well-tuned Bluetooth speaker. The volume on it is highly impressive. I had this thing cranked up all the way. Yes, it does control the volume of your device. At least for mine it did. So when I turned it up all the way on the speaker, it turned it up all the way on my device or on my phone. I did not hear any distortion whatsoever. No matter what type of genre of music I put through this. I put in heavy metal, classical. I even did some hip hop in it. I even went to some dubstep. Ooh. And techno. Ooh. Ooh. I did every form of music I can think of to throw at this thing. And not once did I hear any muddiness. Not once did I hear any distortion come through the speaker while it was turned up all the way. Even when I turned it down to lower volumes, the total audio reproduction of this speaker was perfect. There was no muddiness. It didn't sound like it was coming through a tin can. It just sounded great. So now this has to be the most expensive item I've ever reviewed on my channel. I think it's around 120 bucks, maybe more. But after some searching, I did find, believe it or not, Anchor is on Temu. And if you go and search around for their certified refurbished area on Temu, you can actually get this for around anywhere from 50 to 70 bucks, okay? But if you don't want to trust a refurbished, get it brand new. You will be glad you did. So my final thoughts on the Soundcore Boom 2 Bluetooth speaker. It is worth every single penny. This thing did not fail me whatsoever. It sounds fantastic. You got a lot of power in this little box. And like I said, depending upon how loud you have it, you can get up to the 24 hours of playtime like they said. Now, of course, I'm not going to test it having it cranked up all the way, so all my neighbors and everybody that I live with, you know, to test the runtime. But trust me, you're going to love this speaker. It is worth every penny. The Soundcore Boom 2 speaker is definitely you worth getting if you want a nice little party speaker that you can connect multiple speakers to, especially if they have the party cast. You can connect more speakers. What's there not to love? Get this speaker. If you happen to like this video, please give it that thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel and don't forget about that notification bell. It would really help me out a lot if you were to share this video and maybe a few more of my others on all of your social media. And until the next video, you, your friends, your family, and yes, even all of your pets, you all have a great day. I'll see you in the next video.